Okay.
Yeah, we can start. All right. So, welcome everyone to Amrita CB's ACM Student Chapters Induction for the year 2021. And yes, just a second. Yeah, I think so. 37 people have joined the meeting. So, let us start with the induction. All right. So first, I want to give a brief intro about what ACM stands for. I'm sure everyone must know about ACM. It's a very prestigious organization, and the ACM is the world's largest educational and scientific computing society. It delivers resources that advance computing as a science and as a profession. It strengthens the profession's collective voice through strong leadership. ACM basically brings together computing educators, researchers, and professionals from various fields to inspire other people and share their resources and knowledge in their particular field and motivate others to learn more and share with the others. So, as the world's largest computing society, ACM strengthens the profession's collective voice through strong leadership and promotion of higher standards in technology and recognition of technical excellence. It supports professional growth of its members by providing various opportunities like lifelong learning, career development. As part of ACM, you will be able to enhance your professional network, and also there's a special part where students will be facilitated to fully engage in professional activities. Participants from more than 500 colleges and universities worldwide enhance their learning through the exchange of ideas with other students and established professionals. So, about us. So, we are Amrita's ACM student chapter, and this student chapter was started on May 8th, 2008. So, our student chapter it provides unique opportunities for networking, mentoring, and bonding of different people over common interests. So, our club stands for making everyone who's interested in technology and bringing them together and making them interact over a common platform, providing a common platform for them to exchange their ideas and build projects together, etc. So currently our total membership count stands at over 100 people, and our members are students who are motivated to develop and explore their interests, and not just that but also who are willing and interested to help other people who also have interests on the fields and share their knowledge with them to others. So, over its 12 plus years of history, ACM Student Chapter has become a hub for fostering and dispersal of computer science knowledge at a college. And through our chapters, different students can come together and voice their different ideas and um, like interact with each other on a common platform, as I said. So our goal at ACM Student Chapter is to provide student with resources, the opportunities to network and the opportunities to enhance their knowledge. Basically, a community outside their classes to develop skills and work on fascinating projects. With a wide range of offerings, our group would be the go to for all computer science and engineering majors. It is a platform to express your thoughts and technical interests in a peer group and take guidance from senior members and industry experts. So, some of the past events that we have conducted as part of the chapter, we have conducted placement sessions in the past. So last year there was a session on interview experience by Harsha, who's also with us in our call today. Harsha is a software engineer at Microsoft, and Kavya from Atlassian, and Jyoti from Atlassian, and Kavya from Cisco. So they all conducted a very interesting session last year, sharing their interview experience. And there has also been many workshops conducted in the past, like Get Pythonic, a workshop that was conducted for second year students in 2019. And there was a very interesting web designing workshop that was conducted, which covered web designing and Photoshop. And also Nitin from our senior batch, he conducted a GRE session on how to score 320 plus in GRE with ease. And not just this, we have also conducted many hackathons and coding contests. So Game of Codes was one such coding contest that was conducted in June 2019 for second and third years. So these are some of the events that our chapter has conducted in the past, and we will continue to conduct many such interesting and fascinating events in the future too. And many such events are also lined up for you guys as part of this semester. Moving on, let me introduce our team. So, the faculty sponsor for Amrita's ACM student chapter is Gayatri V. Ma'am. She is an assistant professor at our Department of CSE in Amrita School of Engineering. So, she has been working closely with us, and she provides great mentorship, and she shares her experiences with us on how to effectively conduct events for you guys. And next, the chapter managers. So, myself, I'm Sneha. I'm currently in my fourth year and I'm in CSEB. I'm the chairperson for our student chapter. And we have Sriramji KS, who is the vice chairperson. He is also from CSEB. And then we have Deepika J, who is the secretary of our club. She is from CSEF. All of us are from fourth years. We are in a final year currently. And Malavika is our webmaster, and Hemant is our treasurer. And we also have chapter officers. These are our chapter officers. They are in their third years currently. Jagadish, Abhinay, Harish, Aditi, Divyashri, and Hitat. So they have been very helpful to us in conducting events. They organized the induction entirely, and I want to thank them for doing an excellent job in conducting events as part of a chapter. And I'm sure they will continue to keep up their good work in the coming events for this semester as well. Moving on.
So guys, why join this community? Basically, we are a student-driven community, so we are not going to give you money if you do join us. Of course, we are going to give the equivalent treasure in knowledge. So there are some things you will get benefited, like you can get cool stuff on your resumes and you can build your very own projects, and you can get ideas from your peers. You'll increase your network through this community and many more. So uh, being part of our community is a great experience for you. You can interact with like-minded individuals and bounce your ideas off each other. Uh, Very soon we'll be having a portal where you can share your ideas and get others' opinions. Um, if you do add a lot more skills in your resume, they are not going to believe you. You have to showcase them with your projects. So building projects is a great proof for the skill you have learned. uh, this community will help you to build such great projects. Don't worry, even if you are a beginner, we are very much friendly to help you. You will be getting a lot more individuals and experts. From beginners to experts, you will be getting everyone there. You will be feel free to ask anything, and you will be knowing everything. Please do join our groups, whatever they say. They will be mentioning at the end. Join our community and increase your skills, knowledge, and to the society. And moving on.
Hello, guys. Yes, now it's time for our tech trivia quiz, which is a small, fun, engaging activity to break away from the monotony. So now there'll be a link which will be posted in your in the chat box. I hope everyone is able to see the link. So yeah, please click on the link. It will open up a Kahoot quiz, and the rules for the quiz is you just have to enter the nickname as your roll number, the last 8 digits of your roll number in capital letters. The example is CSE 18023. So you just need to enter your roll number, the last 8 digits of your roll number as the nickname, and you can start the quiz. So you will be given a time window of 10 minutes to finish the quiz. Right now the time is 5:20. So at 5:30 the quiz will be closed. So hurry up, guys. You just have a few moments to start and complete your quiz. Happy quizzing. If you face any hitches in the middle of your quiz, like please do feel free to post it in the chat box so that we could rectify it. For those who have joined just now, let me copy paste the quiz link again. So you just have time till 5:30 to complete the quiz. So please complete this fun activity so that we'll be discussing the answers at the end. After 10 minutes. Yeah, the rules for the nickname is the last 6 digits of your roll number in capital letters. Let me type that in the chat. Yeah, you can keep that as the nickname in your quiz. Please make sure that you keep that as your only nickname so that you can be qualified for the leaderboard of the quiz.
If you guys have any issues with the quiz, you can put the issues in the chat box.
There's 5 minutes left, guys. So whoever is doing, please do it fast. Whoever hasn't started, please start fast as well. The quiz will be closed at 5:30. Three more minutes left, guys. Make sure you finish it. 2 more minutes left, sorry. Okay, guys, the time is up. The quiz is being closed. So, yeah. Anyone who's playing, we're really sorry. The time is up. It's 5:30. The quiz is being closed now. Okay, guys, we are going to start the answer discussion session for the quiz that just happened.
So, which of these do you think will most likely remain science fiction after 5 years? If you gave DNA modification, though we can't become X-Men now or make a manticore, a man-lion scorpion with wings, we can sure tailor medicines to fix extremely rare diseases. This is useful for diseases that are so rare that there isn't even a research going on to find the cure. Hyper-personalized medicine is a reality now. Coming to anti aging drugs, these aren't going to make you immortal or make you live long enough to see the Halley's Comet thrice, but work in slowing or reversing a fundamental process of aging has been going on. Initial results in osteoarthritis were reported last year, so this is most likely going to leave sci fi in less than 5 years. Unhackable internet. The magical word quantum is at play here. Anything involving quantum computing is weird and fascinating, right? We proved some time back that with quantum cryptography, even if our hackers own a quantum computer, the message cannot be hacked. On very simple terms, physics stuff underlying quantum bits or qubits make sure that when someone reads the data itself is modified. So stealing keys is not at all possible. The problem with quantum computing was that everything was awesome on paper and close to magic when it came to implementation. But a big hurdle was the transfer of these qubits. But now, Dutch researchers are working on creating such a network, and it will become a reality in about 5 years. The option which you should have marked is AGI, or artificial generic intelligence. Well, making robots for specific tasks like a chatbot for real estate, a robot working to remove bottlenecks in traffic analysis is easy to create or is at least doable. These are the dumb ones whose IQ would be less than that of a domesticated turkey. If you pit them against 5-year-olds in any other task, they'll fail miserably. The generic ones, however, are the reason the fear of AI overthrowing humanity exists. AI that can understand or learn any intellectual task that a human being can exists solely as HAL or Skynet now, and is predicted that it might take a minimum of 100 years to even get close. So, as long as you don't use any of those anti aging drugs or a time machine, you're safe and won't find yourself saving the world from robots overthrowing humanity. Next question. What was Microsoft Windows called before it was called Windows? It's hard to imagine Windows as being anything but Windows, right? But yeah, it was initially called the Interface Manager. They even thought of calling it Mr. Interface Manager to give it a little human touch. Thankfully, they changed the name to something simple now. Think about it. Mr. Interface Manager is not responding. Seems like you're talking about some eccentric uncle in the ICU and you're deciding on pulling the plug. So the answer is A here, Interface Manager. Next question. How even does a single checkbox work as a CAPTCHA? Firstly, what do you think a CAPTCHA is used for? Well, it is used to make sure that a robot is not accessing the site. Why are we so prejudiced against bots? Bots here talk about spam bots are the ones intended to steal data and cause losses for the owner. The completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and human apart, or CAPTCHA, is to let only humans in the site. Okay, so when we have a CAPTCHA with weird words and weird distorted shapes, we understand image processing is hard. But a single checkbox? Bots can click and it can see the checkbox as it is literally a part of the page. The catch in this is the position where the click happens. A bot clicks at the exact midpoint of the small circle box, while humans never do, and typically can never do. So if a click happens to be at the exact center, accuracy to nanometers, then it is a bot. And if you manage to answer this question correctly, then bots beware, a match has arrived. So the option here must be none of these options. D. Next question. What was a mouse called before it was called a mouse? It would have been amazing if it was called Ratatouille, right? Sadly, the mouse was called an XY position indicator for display systems. Now, that was a mouthful. Also, did you know that the first mouse was made of wood? Amazing, right? Next question. What or who is the mother of all demos? Though Ada Lovelace is actually the mother of everything computer science, here we mean an actual demo, like the ones you do to show your project, or like the presentation we are doing right now. This was a live demonstration given at ACM IEEE San Francisco by Douglas Engelberg on 1968. Yes, the prestigious ACM community goes way back. The mother of all demos was a presentation of the online system, or the NLS, which was the first public demo of almost all the fundamental elements of computing, from hypertext, graphics, GUI, CLI, video conferencing, the mouse, word processing, real-time editing, all integrated in a single system. Pretty cool stuff, right?
Yeah, the next question is, which of these is not the original name of a product you use, know, or love? So the options are Kadabra, Peekaboo, Backrub, and Cotton Candy. Now you can see that below each option you have the current names, right? So it is unbelievable, but well, naming is hard. You want your company's name to represent your core values, yet you don't want to make it difficult to remember or confusing to pronounce. Kadabra was actually the original name of Amazon. That is when Jeff Bezos first started working on Amazon, he named it Kadabra Incorporation after the magical words abracadabra. However, over the phone, people tended to hear the name as Cadaver, which we don't want our customers to hear, right? So he later decided to name his company Amazon after the world's largest river. The second option is Peekaboo. Peekaboo is the old name or the original name of Snapchat, or the first version of Snapchat, where it was just intended to send pictures that would eventually disappear. Later, they rebranded the app as Snapchat after adding the ability to caption photos and incorporating the chat feature. So Peekaboo came to be known as Snapchat. Then is the most, eccentric one, Backrub. You won't believe that Google was initially called as Backrub. It was the research project of Larry Page when he was studying at Stanford University. First, the search engine returned a list of backlinks. Backlinks are things that are of great significance in search engine optimization. Therefore, the name Backrubs came. So backlinks decide, or based on backlinks only, as the ranking was designed, depending on the importance of the page. So a backlink or an inbound link is nothing but an external link that points to a website from another. Before the emergence of the modern search engines which we use now, links were basically the means of web navigation. Now it is used a lot in the search engine optimization field. The number of backlinks is often interpreted as an index for popularity or importance of a website and shows whether a page is regarded highly on the web. That is based on their link popularity. Basically, if you're just going to type a set of random words on your search bar, and you're going to get a set of links. The order in which the links are ranked are based on the importance of these backlinks. So later on, what happened was they decided to name it as Google, that is Googol. And when they were checking to see if the domain name was already taken, they accidentally searched for google.com, which is the current pronunciation, and Larry Page seemed to like it more. Therefore, came the name Google. Now it is your unexpected option number 4, cotton candy, which is your literal cotton candy that has nothing to do with technology. Next question. So what is the significance of I'm feeling lucky? So the first option is just a mere button in Google to show how fun developers are. No, Google's I'm feeling button, I don't think many of you would have used it. It's right next to your Google search button. So this button takes you to the top ranking page directly without showing you any links in the middle for your search phrase. If you leave the search field blank, and if you just hover over the I'm feeling lucky button, then you would have seen suggestions for searches based on your mood. So that's not the option. Second option is first search in Google. So the first search in Google was actually done by John Hennessy, who is known as the godfather of Silicon Valley. Hennessy was the person to whom Larry Page and his team members went to demonstrate their search engine, which was Backrub at the time, for demonstration purposes. So what Hennessy did was he searched the president of Stanford at the time. The person's name was Gerhard Casper, his name, and that was the first ever recorded Google search. And the third is first phase after development, like Eureka. Archimedes said Eureka, but then just think about Larry Page jumping up saying, I'm feeling lucky, as soon as he made Google up and running. Sounds funny, right? Yeah. So your final option, Google's first tweet, is the answer. That is, when the Twitter platform came about, Google's first tweet was, I'm feeling lucky, encoded in binary. Moving on to the next question. What does ACM stand for? I really hope that I don't have to give you an explanation for this, and we really hope that you chose the right answer of Association for Computing Machinery. Yeah, that's that question. And moving on to the next question. What was the secret message encoded by NASA in the Mars Perseverance rover's parachute? So many of you would have seen the news and heard this lately. In the recent landing of NASA's Mars Perseverance rover, it was February 18th of last month, and it was after 7 months of voyage after the launch in July of 2020. So global netizens and computer science geeks were treated with a mission to crack the code imprinted on the parachute, as you can see in the picture. So there were two messages that were encoded in binary in the orange and white pattern on the parachute, one on the outer ring and one in the spiral on the inner ring. The inner ring has the message "Dare mighty things" with each word on one ring of on its own ring of the sectors. So if you look at it closely, you can see the words "Dare mighty," the letters of the phrase "Dare mighty things" spelled out. So it was actually encoded in binary. And in the outer ring, you have the GPS coordinates for NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which was where the rover was actually built and the project was managed. And the message "Dare mighty things" is also the motto of the laboratory. Moving on to the next question. What processor does NASA's Mars Perseverance rover run on? When you get to know the answer of this, you're going to be perplexed. But as the saying old is gold goes, for a modern piece of technology that was launched in 2020, ironically, a chip from 1998 was used. The reason is simple. The processor is capable of withstanding intense radiation and temperatures, as the atmosphere on Mars offers far less protection from harmful radiation and charged particles compared to the Earth's atmosphere. So your 1998 Apple iMac G3 chip is the answer for this question. Now, I think now it's time for us to reveal the leaderboard. So the first position is held by 15804. Sadly, this person has not adhered to our rules of giving the last 8 letters of your roll number. So 15804, could you please unmute and tell your department so that we could make a note of it? And the second place is held by 20229 from mechanical branch, and the third place is held by roll number 355 of 2019 Med CSE. So congratulations guys on topping the quiz. And 15804, please do put your department in the chat box.
We hope that you had a blast with the quiz and as much fun playing it as we had making it. This is just a sneak peek of all that is to come. All events with us is going to be fun, entertaining, and enriching. You'll definitely leave every event with knowledge and a smile.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Jagdish and Aditi, and congratulations to all the three winners. Great job. So even when we looked at the question, we didn't know the answers for many of the questions. They were very interesting yet unheard of before. So congratulations to 15804 and the other two people. So awesome. Moving on. The next segment is the most awaited segment of all. So, we have here with us our guest speaker, Harshavardhan. So, Harshavardhan is an alumnus of our college from the 2020 batch. He is currently a software development engineer at Microsoft. In the past, Harsha has helped our chapter conduct various events and has given talks on different fields. He has also conducted different events outside of ACM student chapter as well. Currently, he maintains the Right Now community. Harsha is someone who strongly believes that communities push one to do better. So, we are very excited to have him on board with us and let us. So, it's over to you, Harsha, to continue. Harsha, you're on mute.
Can someone plot spotlight on me? Just right click on it
Yes.
and just spotlight.
One sec. I'll do that.
Hello, welcome. A quick raise of hands if you are active. So I don't know, it's a long quiz and it's a long meeting as well. And I'm pretty much excited about what are all these wonderful team has going to come up with. Firstly, let me congratulate all the ACM chairs, Deepika, Malvika, Sneha, Sriramji, and Hemant for putting up a wonderful show right now. And also to all my juniors, Abhinay, Aditi, Divya, Harish, Hemant, and Hidat. These people have done so much of work. I have seen messages coming for me right at midnight about some task being completed. And this is all ACM is all about communities which come together to attain something which is cool and which is also enriching, as Sneha rightly mentioned. And I'm just here to give a brief about what this community will be looking like in forward. So when I was a grad, which is not so long ago, like a year back, when I was in college, I have seen that ACM Club is one such club which is quite active, but also we felt the need to make it really even more active. And for this reason only, I have come up with one of the faculty has reached out and told that, hey, this is already locked down. Do you want to do some sessions? You can pull out your friends and do it. At that time, we were also pretty bored, and it's not boring also. But then we were also into our internships, and we didn't have heavy workloads, so we were pretty chill with it. And we thought, yes, let's do something. This is anyways lockdown, so let us do something cool. So that is when I have started coming up with the sessions, and you would have seen me a lot of times if you are a part of Right Now community, which started within our Amrita Club itself. We have done a lot of sessions based on coming ranging from coding sessions to also interview sessions, NLP, a lot of them. So if you don't know about it, these are the links to it. That's the YouTube channel where we upload the recordings of it and new stuff. And there's a Discord channel where we come together and discuss cool stuff. It has been not so active lately, but we are planning to do much more cool stuff in the future. And coming to the future of this ACM club, yeah, leave about Right Now community right now, because ACM is the heart over here. And I have seen this because it's a community backed up by Amrita itself. You will have a lot of more advantages. Let me start by saying you that communities are the best way you can share your knowledge. And without communities, you still can do it, but you need a lot of grit, and you want to push yourself completely if you want to do something. Imagine your friend saying that, hey, come, this is a weekend, let's do something cool. And just the thing that you have a partner who is always ready to take part in projects and work with you and build something cool definitely makes you do more work and put in more effort, which will eventually result in amazing projects. One such amazing project that I have heard of is the Amuda Labs portal. If you have known about Amuda, that's well and good. If you don't, you have to get to know it. So it's Amrita Multidimensional Data Analytics Lab, led by Professor Vidya Balasubramanian. So over there, we had a portal, and these people, there are a couple of guys who came together and said that, hey, log entry and in and outs of the lab, it's very tough to manage. There used to be a manual record and stuff. So there are 2 or 3 people who just came together and said that, hey, we can just simply solve it if we have a portal for our lab. So so they just came together. One person took UI part and one on the back end, and they just collaborated among themselves and with the team at Amrita, and basically they have just built out a full blown product, and it's in use in Amada Lab right now. So next time if you're going there and you are going to enter your credentials before you walk into the lab, that's built by one of you people only. Also, you would have seen about the library, Amrita Libraries management system. Even that is also built out by some set of students. So basically, Amrita has a very good culture of reusing. They just don't throw away your projects. They have a value, and Amrita will definitely be keen on utilizing it for some purpose. So that's the second thing, and enthusiasm to do something good. I have seen people saying that it's good for your resume, it's good for your resume, and that's true. Many people, actually I thought of putting up a slide over here, but the fact is that resumes, I mean, interviewers, basically, sorry, interviewers take an average of 7.2 seconds to reject or accept a resume for further rounds of like further round of interviews. So it's very important to say that, hey, this is me and these are my skills and this is the backing that I have and these are the projects, these are the links you can just open and have a feel of it. So that's a very cool way to get started, right? And that adds a lot of credibility as well to your resume. And also for people in second and third years, it's an amazing opportunity. The fourth years are still not out, but then they are mostly right now and busy with their placements and stuff. But the second and third years, you have a lot of time. Don't tell me you don't have time, because I have been there and I was mostly leisured only. So if you are the second year or a third year or even first year for that matter, you can start getting together, know in the group, know your gang, because your network says what is your net worth. And also, so maintain that gang over here and then just get together and build some very cool stuff. And yeah, as someone has rightly mentioned, we are coming up with a portal wherein people will be able to put up their ideas, and others can come and say that, hey, I want to work on this. Hey, do you want to meet up at 7:30 tomorrow and let's start working on it? So we are trying to build a platform and integrate it, um, probably with Google Meet. And then we want you guys to collaborate on projects and build better projects which can be used within Amrita, or even if not, it's just a cool project which you can have it on your resume or you could use it for yourself. That's one of the very wonderful things that I would say that 1, 2, and 30 year students should leverage of this community. And hackathons, there will be at multiple points in your year, there will be multiple hackathons being conducted, and make sure that you be part of them, and it'll be wonderful journey together. And now the stage is all up for questions. I'm just uh yeah, I just sent out a link in the chat window. If you have any questions for me regarding anything, but mostly around this session or basically ACM, please put out. And my team, like basically the current team, I'm not a part of the team right now. I'm just been there so that I know where the ACM student chapter was and now it is, and it has progressed drastically. You would have seen multiple posts coming up on ACM's Instagram pages, and you would have been receiving a lot of mails also from ACM Amrita email as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put it over there, and this team will be very keen to answer them. Let me open it. Can you see me?
Yes, Harsha, now
Yes.
we can see it.
Yeah, we are waiting for questions. Just go to the link provided and you can ask questions you have for us. And also feel free to suggest what all do you want the team to do. There are a lot of expectations from the team, and they're also working hard on how to deliver them. We are planning to get speakers from outside, so who can actively talk about computer science in general or specific technology in which they are a pro. So for people to get started in any domain, we are ready to get speakers like that. If you have any more ideas coming up, so right now we have hackathons and also these learning sessions from outsiders. If you have any more, please do let us know. You can put it out, and this is all anonymous poll, so we won't know who the question, like who asked this question. Yeah, the Discord server seems pretty dead, and it is pretty dead. But today only myself and Shubham have. Shubham is one of my co-moderator, and we both have planned it, and we are coming up with a list of projects, and also we are going to be very active very soon. You will get to know in that Discord server. Anything else? Okay, if that's the case, it's only about this Discord server, which is right now, this is not even ACMs. But then, yeah, the Discord server will get pretty active. Look out for announcements so soon. Bad when I started it, and now it's pretty dead. So we are doing something about it. Don't worry about it. So the team, you can share back your deck. That's it from my side. Thanks for this, and hope you have a wonderful year ahead.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Harsha. Thank you a lot for taking your time in your busy schedule and addressing our participants here.
Sure, my pleasure.
Can we have the slides back?
Yes, 1 second, and let me share my screen.
Sure.
Yes, is it visible?
Yes. So we have some great stuff planned for you guys in the coming days. So here are some exciting stuff that we are currently planning on. So next, the first one is the placement tips, where people who are placed in some of your dream companies come and share their experiences, guide you on the process, and will be able to answer your questions that you have as separate sessions. The next one is the tech talks, where experts from different fields would come and share their knowledge and will be interacting with us all. The third we are planning is to have a build-a-thon. There we are planning to involve you in building something cool for the chapter itself. So keep guessing what it is, and we'll let you know what it is soon. So coming to how you can contact us or follow us throughout. So firstly, follow us on Instagram, because we have some really cool and interesting stuff for you out there. So we are planning to post contents or stories about having some questionnaires where you can answer and get to know about some cool stuff regularly. We are also planning to put leaderboards out of the events that we conduct through the stories or during the events of ACM. And also we are planning to post stuff about the new technologies and some placement stuff, placement tips as well. So going ahead, these are this is the link of our Instagram channel or Instagram page, and we'll be sharing the links of it in the chat window. So we also have a WhatsApp group where you can join, where we'll be posting out information about the next events that we are going to conduct, and you would able to interact with us if you have any issues regarding that. So yeah, next please. Thank you all for attending this event. Have a great day ahead.
Wonderful. It's spot on at 6 p.m. Kudos to the team. Yeah.
Thank you, Harsha, and thanks everyone who took their time to attend this event, and we hope we have more interesting events lined up for you and you would enjoy them as well. So we have put down our Instagram page link and the WhatsApp group invite in the chat. Please have a look at it and please follow our account and join the WhatsApp group. That'll be our point of contact with you guys from now on to the future. We'll put some cool stuff on our Insta page, just like Sriramji also mentioned, and we would inform you about different activities that are lined up in the WhatsApp group. So please do join the same. And thanks a lot for attending the event, and thank you for all my chapter officers and the chapter managers for helping us conduct this event for you guys. So that's me signing off right now, and hope to see you again in the future events as well. Thanks a lot, guys.